I have a little stat to end. Your next career pole will match Fernando Alonso's career poles. Is that a strange fact for you? Presumably you grew up watching Fernando compete and now you could match him in poles.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to have lots of poles, but for now I didn't have the car yet to win on Sundays, which is at the end what matters the most to me. So we still have a lot of work to do. It's great to have pole positions on Saturday. I feel like I'm doing a great job on Saturday, but then on Sunday we still have a lot of work to do. So yeah, the statistics of lots of poles is not something that excites me that much.
Okay. Lewis, talk to me about the disqualification. How does that feel as a driver when you spent an hour and a half sweating it out in the car and then something like that happens?
It's obviously massively disappointing. It's obviously, and I think it's just such a great weekend. Yeah, and what then was crazy is that you got like they only test 4 cars, 50% of those cars fail, and I've had information from many others that were also illegal, but then they got away with it. So it's just like, that's messed up, you know, like, and particularly that race, it's not, people are talking about us all chasing to get our ride height lower, but it's the bumpiest circuit that we've done. And so it's actually not that we're just all running too low, it's just that it's so bumpy. Some cars are able to cope with ride better than, for example, the Red Bulls are very good at ride. So anyways, happens.
It was such a positive weekend though for the team. Are you confident of bringing that to the track in Mexico?
It's a much different circuit, but fingers crossed. I'm hoping that we're going to be okay this weekend, but difficult to say. We were not far off. We were not far off last year. And we got second, so I'm hoping that we can. And, you know, George had an amazing lap in qualifying, but didn't finish it. But probably would have been a lot closer to the Red Bulls. So I'm hoping we're close to fighting this weekend.
Max, bit of a left field question to start, but lots of chatter. We've seen a stronger Mercedes in recent races. Are they starting to become a real threat to you? And do you think they'll be there in 2024 fighting with you?
I can't comment on next year, but also you have to take into account, and also, you know, with the bumps and the sprint format, that you, after one practice session, you have to set up the car, and it's a bit more of a hit and miss. From our side, I think we went too conservative, too safe, and they clearly went too aggressive. That's how they, of course, then also got excluded. But we know that when we drop the car, you gain performance. But yeah, with all these big bumps around there, you had to be a bit careful. So I think looking back at the weekend, we were probably not at our strongest for those kind of reasons. So it's a bit difficult to say. For sure, from the beginning of the year to now, the teams behind us have been catching up, for sure. But how much? It's also every weekend seems a little bit different. You know, sometimes they're closer, sometimes a bit further away. Yeah, and then like I said, next year, impossible to comment on.
Now, this weekend, obviously, you could beat the season win record set by one Max Verstappen in 2022. Is that?
Don't know that guy.
Is that a thing for you? You're going to be aiming for that? Obviously, it's Checo's home race as well.
I'm trying to, aim to win all of them till the end of the year. That's my target. I know, of course, that's going to be tough, but for me, that particular number, I just one by one, I focus on.
A bit since Austin, but let's talk hands, not hair. How is your hand? How's it been since that race?
The handlebars or the hand?
Just a handy hand.
Because I got rid of the handlebars. I won't be able to get win number 50 this weekend, but we'll try.
You won't be tripping Major anything this weekend?
Oh, well, I would love to trip Major Nutsack, but I don't know. What result would it mean to trip Major Nutsack? I don't know. Time will tell.
Thank you.
You can't force these things. If it happens, it happens.
Valtteri, in Austin, you were a bit befuddled by the lack of pace in the car. Have you sort of got on top of why that happened?
Yeah, kind of.
According to your T-shirt, you're here for the tacos. You're also here for points.
Also points, yes.
You had a point last year. Are you confident of a repeat this year? And are you looking forward to getting a few more practice sessions to dial in the upgrades?
I am confident, way more confident than going to Austin, just because I know the track characteristics, and I know the way we should be able to put the car in terms of setup. So it should be in a much healthier place. So yeah, I'm definitely confident that we can get points, but that of course needs a good quality and a clean race.
You're officially the fastest man who's ever been in Formula One, 231 miles an hour, 0.46 in 2016. Can you feel that it's that fast when you're in the car, or is it just so relative that it all feels the same?
It feels fast, yeah. Like whether it's 370 versus 360 or 50, it's not a huge difference, but yeah, the road starts to get a bit more narrow at a certain point, so it's pretty cool that I still hold it. Yeah, that Williams was fast on the straight, so.
The car famously slippery. Do you expect to do well this weekend?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I hope so. I think it's a challenge here. It's a unique circuit with high altitude. The grip's generally low, which obviously the high altitude gives us low downforce levels. So there's a lot to get on top of for sure, even from a driving point of view. So yeah, that's why I'm happy we have 3 sessions to get it right. But it's going to be tricky for us, but it's going to be tricky for everyone. So we'll just have to try to execute well.
Lance, how do you reflect on the weekend in Austin? Are you happy with the recovery drive to what became 7th place, or were there still lingering frustrations from it?
Yeah, it was a good race on Sunday.
Yeah. In terms of like the battle with McLaren.
Yes.
Yeah. And just finally, is it useful to have 3 practice sessions for you this weekend, just so you can get everything dialed in before you get into qualifying?
Yeah, I mean it's just different to the sprint weekend.